Hey guys, it's Dawn here. Welcome back to day 3 of the Bridal Business Secrets Challenge. Okay, so today we are going to look at things very differently. This is where I hope that you're going to start to realize that you can set yourself apart with ease. Okay, this is the whole thing about this challenge, is that you need to take the action, but I'm going to give you the action to take in order to set yourself apart from everyone else around you. And I want to talk more about this whole concept of competitiveness and being in a market where we're all earning exactly the same price, and how we can provide more value to our clients. So yesterday we looked at how much you're charging for your services, or how much you want to charge for your services. And I don't want you guys to get too bogged down with the fact of, oh, I'm really underpriced, or I'm overpriced, or anything like that right now, because I want to give you the tools to make yourself worth the price that you think that you should be being paid. So in order to do that, I'm going to flick over on to my whiteboard and I'm going to show you what I mean, okay? All right, guys, so what we've said is that when we look at competitors, let's say that everyone in our near vicinity, let's say they're all charging $100, including us, right? They're charging $100 for makeup. All right, so everyone here is charging $100 for makeup. And if you remember, what I said to you was, unless you're willing to go down to and undercut them, let's say you undercut them by 95, and then somebody else starts around you in the area and decides to charge 90, and then they're taking all your business. So you think, right, I'm going to have to go down and I'm going to have to charge $85, and then again somebody else comes around and sees that you're charging 85, so they undercut you. And so now what have we done? We have just now pushed our prices down. And I'm going to assume that you don't want to be this. We never ever want to be the cheapest person in the room, right? We actually want to, rather than be the cheapest, we may not even want to be the most expensive either, because we feel like that if we're the most expensive, then that's going to drive customers away. But at least what we've got to do is show brides that the $100, what they get for their money here, is more than what anyone else is offering them. So I'm going to just delete all that out, because we do not want to be that low price. So now let's say everyone is charging $100 for makeup. What we need to now do is show a point of difference. And how we're going to do that is by creating what is known as an offer rather than a service. Now, there's an entrepreneur, his name is Russell Brunson. He's the owner of ClickFunnels. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, whether you've come across him, but basically he puts this point across really well. And what he says is that rather than giving somebody something for $100, rather than saying, okay, this is my product, this is my service, and I charge $100 for it, what he says is you need to make them an offer, okay? You need to give them an offer. And it's basically, to us, it would be like having a package. Now, I'm always fearful about packages, because when it comes to bridal work, it tends to be that people think that a package means I have to discount. So we'll say, everyone pays $100, but if you've got 4 people, I'm going to charge it at 95, and that's my package. Okay. The problem with that is that we've just lost $20, right? And I don't know about you, but I mean, I can't afford to lose $20 every time I do a wedding. So package discounting and packaging, we need to look at packaging in a whole new way, because packaging is not about discounting, it's about showing value for money. So I want you to think, first of all, and you're going to see this is like part A of what's inside of your PDF, today's download. The first thing you're going to do is a massive brainstorm. So I want you to think that if your brides are looking to get their makeup done, what are the things that they need to know about their skin? If it's their hair, what are the things they need to know about their hair as it relates to perhaps their wedding day? So some of the things that they might need to know about are, skin preparation, right? Perhaps they're going to need to know about the things that they eat, they're going to be eating and drinking. They're going to need to know about trials. They're going to need to know things like, I don't know, the products. What products should they be using? So what you're going to do is you're going to take this, if it's hair, you know, it's going to be very similar things when it comes to the condition of their hair. What products should they be using in their hair? How do they prep their hair for wedding day? So I want you to do a big screen dump or a big paper dump, however you want to do it. You can do it on screen or you can do it on the PDF that I've given you. But this is the first thing I want you to do. I want you to think into your mind, what is it that brides would need to know about should they decide to book their hair and makeup with me? And I want you to make a big list, okay? That's the first thing. So that's your part A, is to go away, have a think, and create that first list of potential information that you could provide to your brides. Now, in order to increase this value, what we don't want to do is add on things that are going to cost us too much money, because, you know, if we start adding on within that $100, you know, they get maybe they get a foundation, you know, they get a free lip color in that, they get a mascara. You know, what you're doing is basically, yes, you're driving the value up to the bride, but actually your profit is going to be going down. Okay, so even though that's worth more to your brides than these ones, basically you're going to end up broke. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to give them an offer. We don't want to give them a package that includes too much physical products. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, and if your $100 does include a free lipstick, then that's fantastic. But if you don't already provide products, then what I want you to do is I want you to look at this in terms of information products. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to look at info products, because the reason why that we're going to look at information products is because they don't cost us any money. They might cost us time, but they don't cost us money. So what are the things that we can do? And I've given you on your sheets, you're going to see that I've split it up for you, and I've said to you, what can you provide in written format? What can you perhaps provide in an audio, maybe even in a video? And yes, I've put products there as well. You'll see that on your paper as well. And I've given you an example there. When I was doing this, the products that I was doing, I did like this little thing called an SOS kit, okay? And the SOS kit had, it had like bobby pins, it had plasters, band-aids, it had cotton tips, that kind of stuff. Okay, all this stuff, like it costs nothing. You know, it costs me, you know, less than $5. Okay, so that's what I mean really when it comes to products, because that's always that's kind of a nice thing. Maybe mini hairspray, that kind of stuff if you're doing hair as well. All right, but the main thing I want you to concentrate on is the other three, about what you could provide in written, what you could provide in audio and video. Okay, so what are the things that brides could perhaps want once we've done our download, our brain download, I should say, and we've said, okay, well, the things that the brides want to know, they want to know things about their trial. So we can perhaps provide them with a trial checklist, okay? Now, if I added that to the trial checklist, again, doesn't really differentiate me enough to say, oh, that's worth that's worth going with her because she's going to give me a trial checklist. It's probably not quite enough. So what I want you to do is I want you to write down all the things that you can do. And I'm giving you some ideas as well on your PDF today. Videos, maybe you could provide them with a recipe. Let's say you could provide them with a recipe of, let's say, like, I don't know, smoothies, okay, that are good for their skin. Maybe you might want to provide them with, I don't know, a meditation. Let's say you've done a meditation, I don't know, YouTube, Spotify, a compilation of meditation. Videos, perhaps you're going to show them the best way for them to blow dry their hair the night before. Blow dry hair the night before their wedding, maybe how to prep their skin, skin prep. Maybe you might want to give them a daily routine. Maybe you want to give them over here, you're going to say to them, hey, I have provided you, let's say giving them an email, let's say 12 weekly emails to tell them what they need to be doing in order to prep their hair for their wedding, okay? Hair prep. So maybe you might include things like that when they need to get their color done, when they need to get their cut done. And remember that if you are, guys, I want you to think about this as well. If you are a hairdresser, if you are a beautician, you know, if you're providing them with a 12-week, over the next 12 weeks or the 12 weeks leading up to their wedding, you're telling them what they should be doing. You can also be adding in the fact that they could come in for their facials, they could come in for their microdermabrasions, they could come in for their peels, you know, they could come in for their color and their cuts with you. So, you know, even if you are, you aren't, it doesn't really matter. It's all about providing them with value. All right, so I want you to do that. That's kind of your part 2 of today, okay? I want you to give yourself a huge list so that you can create, what are the things that you can create in order to move this value higher? Because let me tell you this, let's take this off. Let me tell you this. If you start adding things to this, okay, and your $100 makeup service comes with all of those different things. I'm not saying you have to add in everything. This is about just doing a brain dump right now. We'll work out what you need to include in this in another lesson. But I want you to get the concept of my $100 makeup is nothing like their $100 makeup, because within that I am including this. Now, the information products, they take time, but what can you do with them? They're rinse and repeat. So you can use them on every bride. So whilst it might take a bit of your time, what you're doing is you're increasing value, and that's what's most important, because what you have done is you have just set yourself apart from everyone else, because what they offer is nothing like what you offer. So I hope that has opened your mind to the fact that if you are going to place yourself into a marketplace where you feel like I can't charge 120 when everyone is charging 100 because no one's going to book me, the way that you do that, if you feel like it's okay, I'm going to have to be at 100 where everyone else is, make the value seem higher. If you can make that value, you can stack that value up and make it worthwhile, somebody choosing you over your competitors, you're going to find that you're going to hook more brides over and over and over again, because they're going to see value for money. It's all about perceived value. So inside of your books, you guys can right away tootle around, you know, just write things off as much as you need to do, scribble, brain dump. If you prefer to do it on a computer, do it on a computer screen. But I want you to go and look underneath those categories and think about the things that you could perhaps offer brides. Start with your brainstorm. What is it that brides want to know? What is it that they kind of ask about when it comes to weddings? What is it that they need to know about their hair? What is it that they need to know about their makeup? And for those of you that do both, you've just opened yourself up to sort of double the content there, because your brides are going to need to know hair and makeup, so you can kind of add more in there. And then what I want you to do is I want you to take those pieces and think, okay, well, if I'm going to talk to them about their hair, then what is it that I can help them with within their price? What could they perhaps get from me included? And I want you to make a list of as many things you can think of. Don't worry if you think, well, this is crazy, I can't provide all this information. It doesn't matter. The main thing today is to get it all onto paper and just have a massive screen brain dump where you put everything out, you lay everything out in front of you, so that then we can take pieces of it and we can stack the value in our prices, and we can work out what is the best value for the money that we're charging. All right, guys, that is it. I want you to get started today, and I shall see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.